The switch is going to go on the back of our lamp, and we need to create the hole that matches the size of the switch that we're going to use. The switch that we're going to use has a round sort of circular screw or threaded piece of section, which basically means that you can push that through a hole and use a screw or use a bolt to hold it in place. Another part of this screw, the mechanism, is that it has a flat section so that the switch can't spin around in any way, shape or form. So we're basically going to have to create that, and if we move around here, it's going to be created sort of on this side, so we need to make sure that we create it on the right side. If we look at our diagram over here, we can see that the screw hole has a diameter of 4.95 millimeters, which seems a bit odd that it's 4.95, but that's the measurement of it. And the flat surface is 2.08 millimeters off the top. So that's basically measured. I got those measurements not by measuring the switch. I got those measurements from the specifications of the switch supplier. They sold me, when they sold me a switch, I also got a diagram of the switch with all the measurements on it, and I pretty much trusted that, and it did work when I used it. So here we are, we're going to put our switch on this side, but I don't want to work from the inside, I want to work from the outside because it's going to be too hard. So I'm going to basically move around so I see this side, making sure I can still see that little inset there, and I'm going to start my sketch by using the circle tool. The circle tool is going to be basically this one here, and I'm going to draw it on this surface here, making sure that I don't press on the wrong surface or on any of these planes. I'm going to draw it on this surface here. Oops. So moving it back down in place, I'm going to draw the circle on a line here, roughly in the middle. Actually, I'm going to draw it away from the middle. And I'm going to put in the dimensions straight away, 4.95, and press enter. So I've got a dimension of 4.95, and that is going to be my base of my circle. I'm now going to zoom right up on this so that I can actually see what I'm doing, and I'm going to draw a line tool. So let's put that line across. I'm going to put it across so it's on the top of the lamp. So I'm going to basically move it so that it's touching here, and I'm going to make it so that it's definitely lopsided at the moment, up that way. So I've got a line that goes from one side to the other of that, and it cuts off this little tangent here of this circle. I'm now going to use my constraints, and the first constraint I'm going to use is my vertical and horizontal constraint, and I'm going to click on that line there so that it goes vertical and horizontal. I'm now going to use my dimension tool to go from here to this line here and put out the dimension that it had on the diagram, which was 2.08 millimeters. Now that I've got that, I'm going to use the T tool to trim off that top little section there. And you'll notice that you've got this warning here, but that doesn't really matter. I'm now going to zoom back out, and I'm going to get it on the midpoint. The easiest way to get it on the midpoint is once again to draw some lines that are construction lines. So I'm going to press the line tool, I'm going to press the construction tool, and I'm going to find the midpoint of this line and go straight across to the midpoint of this line. The triangles are what you're looking for, and the same on here, and that should just line up with that one there and that one there. Now I can use the coincident tool to click on that point there and that line, and click on that point there and that line. It's now perfectly in the middle, and it's all gone black. So that's basically the switch hole drawn. I can now hit stop sketch. I'll basically zoom out a bit so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to hit modify, click on that one there, and I'm going to pull it through. It only needs to go through -2, so you don't want to go through too far. Just make sure it hasn't gone through too far. There it is. And I'm going to press on OK. And there you go. The switch hole is ready and in place. Of course, you won't see it from the front of the lamp. You'll only see it from the back.